here with Peter Haldeman, the president of the Hibou Blanc Snowmobile Club. Peter, can you tell me a little bit about today's drag races?
Yes, what we're proud about is the fact that this was the 19th annual Hibou Blanc Snowmobile Drags. We have them every year on the same day, on the same Saturday in February, the second Saturday in February, and we always seem to have good weather, and this year is no exception, as you can see.
How many sleds did you have racing today?
We must have had about probably 60 or 65 sleds in different categories and different. You realize that there are many sleds that entered into different
categories.
So yeah, we would have had about 60 or 75, I would think.
And what type of categories do you have them divided into?
Well, there's two divisions. One is the stock division, and as most people know, the stock division is the sled that comes off the assembly line, and people use it every day, and they're on the trails on the weekends and whenever they go. But they like to race a little bit amongst some friends and so on and so forth. So that's what they call a stock. And in that stock division, we have six different classes: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1,000. And we have an open class, which makes your 6 classes. And we have the same, of course, with the modifieds as well.
And do you have a particular type of sled that is more common at the races?
By golly, and it's funny because it changes. They seem to all have their time in the spotlight because they've got something that the other people don't have. But right now, it seems like the Arctic Cats are showing a lot of winners.
And can you tell me a little bit about the club itself? How many kilometers of trail does the Hibou Blanc network contain?
We have 125 kilometers of trail within the MRC of Argenteuil, and we have in the area of, depending on the year, we have around 250 to 350 in the way of membership. And
what about for non-members? If you wanted to use the trails, is it possible to book a weekend pass?
Yes, of course. There are weekend passes. There's the 1-day pass, there's a 3-day pass, and there's a 7-day pass as well.
That's fantastic.
Everybody seems to be having a good year. It took a little time to get started because of the lack of snow, but recently we've had our trails have been excellent, and we've had a lot of good comments. We could always use a little more snow, but because that's what it takes. People say, I don't like snow, but we can't say that in the snowmobile business, can we?
No. Well, I thank you very much, Peter.
I thank you.
Hi, this is Tara Kirkpatrick with a review. Can you please tell me your name?
CJ McEwen.
And CJ, what are you up to today here at the drag sled races at the Manitou Club?
Oh, I was dragging my machine earlier, and now I'm just here with this one here.
And what kind of sled is this?
It's a 1965 Husky, Boland's Husky.
And how long did it take you to put this machine back together and get it in working gear?
Well, when I got it, it was in pretty rough shape. It was all rusted and dented. It took me about 150 hours.
And what kind of speed does this machine go?
About 50 kilometers an hour.
50 clicks an hour.
Top speed.
How does it ride?
It's pretty rough. It's obviously there's no suspension or anything. It's an old machine. It rides pretty rough, but it keeps up.
And what would this machine originally have been used for?
This machine was used for the guys at lumber camps who used to cut wood. The first models actually had a chainsaw motor in them. You put your chainsaw in when you went out to the bush. When you got to the bush, you put your bar back on your chainsaw, you cut your wood, and at the end of the day, you put your chainsaw back in and went home.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How was the ride coming in? You said it was pretty rough with no suspension, like it would be more of a workhorse.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, but you know, it chugs along, it keeps up, and it's fun to drive, that's for sure. It's pretty special.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Hi, my name is Tara Kirkpatrick. I'm with the review. I'm here with JD Kirby, who's just won the King of the Hill at the Hibou Blanc drag sled races. JD, can you tell me a little bit about the race today?
Beautiful day anyways, beautiful track, beautiful setup again by the club. It's always a lot of fun to come up here.
And can you tell me about your sled this year?
This year I have a new 2012 Arctic Cat F1100 Turbo.
And how did it ride for you today?
Excellent.
And any big differences between the 4-stroke for you versus the traditional 2-strokes?
Well, the 4-strokes have turbos on them, so you get a little more power.
A little bit more power, that's great. How many times have you won this race?
Maybe is this my third, I think?
Well, that's great. great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.